There is a thief in your life, and you invited it in. Every time you swipe, scroll, and refresh, it steals from you. It robs you of the most precious currency you have, your attention. Yet most people don't even notice it's happening. They don't realize the cost until it's too late. Let's get to the truth. Your value is directly tied to where you place your attention. Spend it wisely and you build a fortress. Scatter it carelessly and you build a house of sand. In this video, you will learn 16 methods to reclaim your power, to stop this attention heist, and raise your value to new heights. But before we dive deep, I have a challenge for you. I want you to pause right now and comment "Focus is my shield" below. Write it. Own it. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Understanding this is the start, but the real work begins after. You need to know how to protect your attention and use it to build the life you want. Method 1. The 80-20 attention rule. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. It's time to face the hard truth. Most people let their attention bleed out like an open wound, unaware of the slow death it causes to their potential. Pay close attention to this. It will save you years. Let's talk about the 80-20 attention rule. This principle is simple yet powerful. It dictates that 80% of your outcomes come from 20% of your inputs. But here's the kicker. Most people live in reverse. They waste 80% of their attention on things that give them little to no value. Imagine Marcus Aurelius in his tent, surrounded by the chaos of war. Every night, he wrote meditations to sharpen his mind. His attention was a blade, cutting through distractions to focus on what truly mattered. The battle, both within and without. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, he said. He knew that if his attention strayed to trivial matters, he would lose his edge. This is a lesson for you today. Your life is painted by what you focus on. But here is the part nobody talks about. Your attention is a finite resource. And if you let it leak into the abyss of endless scrolling, gossip, and meaningless debates, you sacrifice the vibrant colors of your life for dull grays. You lose the clarity needed to achieve greatness. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. To reclaim your power, you must identify the few things that truly matter. What are the 20% that bring you 80% of your joy, growth, and progress? Is it time spent with family, honing a craft, learning a new skill? Whatever they are, seize them. Tonight, before you sleep, write down the top 3 areas where your attention should go. Be ruthless in eliminating the rest. Like a general cutting down a list of unworthy tasks, focus only on what brings true value. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous. Method 2. The distraction kill switch. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. It's time to flip the switch, to act on the knowledge you now have. Picture this. Epictetus in a small, dimly lit room. The noise from the street outside filters in. But inside, there's a fortress of calm, built from discipline. He knew that allowing distractions meant being enslaved by them. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid, he said. Meaning, sometimes you have to step away, ignore the chatter, to find your true path. Distractions are not just nuisances. They are chains that bind your potential. They whisper lies of urgency, pulling you away from the work that matters. Every ping, every notification, every trivial conversation is a thief, stealing your most valuable asset, your focus. What would Epictetus do? He would activate the distraction kill switch. He would close the door on the noise, setting boundaries that others might find strange or rude. But he knew the truth. The only foolishness is to squander the time you can never get back. And this is where it gets dangerous. Without control over your attention, you drift. Days turn into weeks, and before you know it, you're lost in the sea of the unimportant. But there is a way out. A simple, yet powerful action. Today, create your own fortress of calm. Start small. Identify the triggers of distraction in your life. Is it your phone? Your environment? Certain people? Find them and neutralize them. Silence notifications. Set specific times for communication. Choose moments in your day for deep, uninterrupted focus. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. Once you've identified these distractions, implement a daily routine to keep them in check. Just like a surgeon prepping for surgery, your preparation must be meticulous. Before starting a task, clear your space, your mind, and prepare to engage deeply. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Now, your action step. Tonight, review the list you made earlier. Cut away one more distraction. Be relentless. The clarity that follows is your reward. But knowing this is step one, you need the resolve to keep going, because there's an even more formidable foe ahead. Method 3, the invisible time thief. Pay close attention to this. It will save you years. Imagine sitting in a cozy cafe, sipping your coffee while the world bustles around you. A young man sits at the next table, his laptop open. He seems busy, but every few minutes, his eyes dart to his buzzing phone. He checks emails, scrolls through social media, and chats with friends. Hours pass, and his to-do list remains untouched. This young man is a victim not of a thief breaking through his door, but of the invisible time thief. Distraction. Seneca once said, "While we wait for life, life passes." He was warning about this very thief. While we let our attention scatter, convinced we have all the time in the world, we let life slip through our fingers. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. The invisible time thief preys on your lack of awareness. It's the subtle distractions, the quick check of your phone, the lure of an open browser tab, that devour your most precious resource. And just like that, hours vanish into thin air. You must become the guardian of your time. The only way to defeat this thief is through presence and purpose. Recognize that your time is finite and treat it as a treasure. Take action now. Tomorrow morning, before you dive into your day, set a timer for focused work. Start with just 30 minutes. During this time, shut off all notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and immerse yourself in your task fully. This will train your mind to resist distraction and reclaim your attention. But here is the part nobody talks about. Once you start this practice, you will face resistance. Your mind, addicted to interruptions, will protest. Push through. Each day, extend the time. Build a fortress around your focus and watch as your productivity grows. If this message resonates, remember this. Time is your most valuable currency. I want you to pause right now and comment, "Time is my most valuable currency," below. Write it. Own it. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous. Method 4, the priority armor. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. Picture Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, surrounded by the chaos of war and the demands of governance. Yet, despite the overwhelming chaos, he found time to write his thoughts. Every night, he penned what would become meditations, his reflections on virtue and self-control. How did he maintain such focus? He wore an unseen armor, his priority armor. Marcus didn't let the urgent drown out the important. He knew his duties, but he also knew his principles. He made time for them, no matter the storm outside his tent. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. He believed in doing what mattered. This is the lesson. Your life is filled with noise, endless notifications, demands from others, and the pressure to always be available. But ask yourself this: are you the emperor of your own time? Or do you let others dictate your day? Your priority armor is your set of non-negotiables. These are the activities, values, and goals that define you. Imagine them as your shield, protecting you from the trivial. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. Create your own priority armor. List 3 non-negotiables you will guard fiercely each day. It could be time for reading, exercise, or planning. Write them down tonight. Post them where you can see them every morning. As the day begins, tackle them first, before the chaos invades. This small act will transform your life. It will build a fortress around your time, keeping distractions at bay. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that needs this reminder next week. But remember, knowing your priorities is not the end. There is a deeper secret weapon still to uncover. Method 5. The Digital Detox Protocol. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. Imagine a world where you control your time, your thoughts, and your focus. But today, most people's time is hijacked by a thief hidden in plain sight: our digital devices. Consider this. Marcus Aurelius, in his time, dealt with distractions of his own: political intrigue, wars, and the constant demands of an empire. Yet, he would retreat to his journals, seeking clarity. He once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In a world that pulled in every direction, he found his center. Our world is no less chaotic, but the battlefront has changed. Look around. Your phone buzzes, your inbox overflows, and social media demands attention. These are your modern battles. But like Marcus, you have control over your mind. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. The Digital Detox Protocol is not about abandoning technology. It's about reclaiming your life. It's about using your phone rather than letting it use you. Start small. Choose a block of time each day, just 1 hour. During this hour, turn off notifications. Put your phone in another room. Use this time to focus on your non-negotiables. You might feel restless at first. Your mind will crave the instant hits of dopamine from likes and alerts. But this discomfort is temporary. Push through it. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. With daily practice, this hour becomes your fortress. It will be the time you guard fiercely, where you focus on what truly matters. As Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Do not waste yours. Reclaim it. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Tonight, decide when your digital detox hour will be. Set an alarm to remind you. And when the time comes, put down the phone. Pick up a book, write, meditate, or simply sit in silence. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous lurking in the shadows. Method 6. The Mindful Consumption Filter. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. Consider this. Every word, every image, every video you consume is shaping your mind. It's like a diet for your thoughts. But how often do you actually think about what you're feeding your mind? Let's look back at Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher known for his wisdom and self-control. He once said, "If you want to be good, first believe that you are bad." He meant you must recognize your faults before you can improve. Imagine your mind as a garden. The content you consume is the seed. If you plant weeds, you grow confusion and chaos. If you plant flowers, you bloom with clarity and strength. In today's world, content is limitless. You scroll, swipe, and refresh without a second thought. But here is where most people completely fall apart. They consume without filtering. They feed on anything and everything, just like junk food for the mind. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. You need a mindful consumption filter. This means choosing what you let into your mind with the same care you would give to choosing your food. Imagine curating your content as you'd curate an art gallery. Select only the most meaningful, the most enriching pieces. Follow people who inspire growth. Read books that challenge your thinking, and watch videos that teach you something valuable. And this is where it gets dangerous. Social media thrives on your lack of control. It tempts you with endless scrolling, making you feel busy when you're just distracted. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Tonight, take 10 minutes. Review your subscriptions, your follows, your bookmarks. Remove anything that doesn't add value to your life. This is your action step. But knowing this alone is not enough. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. Method 7. The Boundary Fortress. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. Picture a fortress. Strong, impenetrable, surrounded by high walls. This is your personal space, your time, and your mental energy. Now imagine opening the gates and letting every passerby stroll in, bringing whatever they please. Chaos ensues. This is what happens when you fail to guard your boundaries. Marcus Aurelius knew the power of boundaries. He was an emperor, always surrounded by demands, yet he found solitude in his mind. He wrote, "People look for retreats for themselves, in the country, by the coast, or in the hills. There is nowhere that a person can find a more peaceful and trouble-free retreat than in his own mind." He used this inner retreat to build a fortress against the chaos of the outside world. Boundaries are not walls to keep others out completely. They are gates you control to decide who and what gets in. This is not just a Stoic idea. It's a necessity in today's world. You need a boundary fortress to protect your attention. This means learning to say no without guilt. This means valuing your time as if it were gold. But here is the part nobody talks about. People will resist. They will push against your boundaries. They might call you selfish or distant. You might even feel tempted to let them in to avoid conflict. But compromise here is a danger. Epictetus taught us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Understand this. Your boundary fortress will sometimes create waves. People won't always understand. But that's okay. This is about you and your mental health. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. Your fortress needs a gatekeeper, and that gatekeeper is you. Be vigilant. Evaluate every demand on your time. Who or what deserves your precious mental energy? Who or what is not? Tonight, before you sleep, take 5 minutes with a pen and paper. List the top 3 things or people that waste your time. Then decide how you will limit their access to your fortress tomorrow. Write it down. This is your action step. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. There is another layer to this strategy. You have built your fortress. Now let me show you the weapon that will safeguard it. Method 8. The Cognitive Load Assassin. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. They build their fortress of boundaries, but they forget one thing, the weight of what they let in. Imagine Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, sitting in his war tent. He was the ruler of a vast empire, yet he carried the burden of countless decisions. He had to be selective about what he allowed to occupy his mind. Marcus wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This means the more cluttered your mind, the more chaotic your actions. So, how do you keep your soul untarnished? By eliminating unnecessary burdens. By being a cognitive load assassin. Consider the digital overload you endure daily. Notifications pinging, demands coming from every direction. Each one is a thief of your peace. A modern example, a young professional named Lisa wakes up every morning, phone in hand, scrolling through emails and social media. By the time she gets to the office, her mind is already exhausted. Her focus shattered before the day even begins. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. You need to become ruthless in managing your mental space. Be like a warrior protecting a castle. Cut down anything that adds unnecessary weight to your mind. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Choose your reactions wisely, and more importantly, choose what you react to. Here's your action. Starting tomorrow, set a daily focus hour. During this time, eliminate all distractions. Turn off notifications. Lock away your phone. Focus solely on one task that truly matters. Do this every day and watch your productivity soar. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous. Method 9. The Multitasking Myth Buster. Pay close attention to this. It will save you years. In the frenzy of our digital age, multitasking is hailed as a skill. But here is the truth. It's a trap. A pit that swallows your attention and spits out your potential. Imagine a young programmer named Alex. Each day, he juggles between coding, checking emails, and scrolling through social media. He believes he's efficient, but in reality, he's scattered. His projects take twice the time. His code is full of errors. His creativity is stifled. Marcus Aurelius knew the power of focus. If you seek tranquility, do less, he advised. Or do what's essential. What does this mean? Your mind can only handle so much at once. When you spread it thin, you achieve little. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. The myth of multitasking is that it makes you more productive, but studies show it lowers your IQ. It increases mistakes. It burns mental energy faster. You become like a horse trying to run in two directions at the same time. You go nowhere. Here's your action step. Tonight, before you sleep, plan your day. Choose just 3 essential tasks. Tasks that move the needle. Tasks that, if completed, make the day a success. Tomorrow, focus on them one at a time. Remove all distractions. If an email pops up, let it wait. If your phone dings, ignore it. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me. For the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. Method 10, the presence shield. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. Creating focus is just the beginning. You need to protect it. Picture Marcus Aurelius standing on the battlefield. Chaos around him. Yet, he commands with clarity amidst the noise. This is not magic. It is the presence shield. The presence shield is your power to be fully here, right now. Not scattered across a dozen worries or tasks, but anchored in the present moment. Consider a modern situation. Sarah sits at her desk, her mind a ping-pong ball of thoughts. The meeting later, the unfinished report, the buzzing notifications on her phone. She feels overwhelmed, paralyzed. Her attention is shattered. But here is the part nobody talks about. Your attention is your most valuable resource. In a world that thrives on taking it from you, your job is to guard it fiercely. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality, Seneca said. He knew that the fears and distractions in your mind can steal your peace. Focus only on what is in front of you now. So, how do you build your presence shield? How do you stand firm amidst the chaos? First, set boundaries. Define clear lines between when you work and when you rest. Do not mix them. When you work, commit to it fully. When you rest, disconnect entirely. Second, practice single tasking. Choose one task. Give it your full attention. Do it well before moving to the next. Lastly, embrace silence. Every day, spend moments in silence. No phone, no music, just you and your thoughts. This strengthens your mind's ability to stay present. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. Tonight, write down 3 moments when you will put up your presence shield tomorrow. Be specific. During these times, block out everything else. Focus on what truly matters. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous. Method 11, the noise-canceling barrier. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. You have built your presence shield, and yet, distractions still slip through. Notifications, pings, and the constant noise of the world. They are relentless. Let me transport you to ancient Athens. Picture Epictetus standing on a street corner. The marketplace is alive with chatter, the air thick with haggling voices. Yet, amidst the chaos, Epictetus speaks of inner calm. He says, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." In simple terms, this means the more you allow external noise to dictate your focus, the weaker your control becomes. You must build a barrier against this noise. A noise-canceling barrier. Think about James, a young entrepreneur. He sits in a bustling cafe, laptop open and a deadline looming. Around him, people chat, music plays, and distractions are endless. James slips on his headphones, not to listen to music, but to block it all out. In that moment, his world shrinks to just his screen and the task at hand. This is your mission, to find your own way to silence the chaos. When the world bombards you with noise, when every notification demands your attention, that is when you need the noise-canceling barrier. It is not just about physical silence. It's about fighting for your space, your focus. Now, here is what I want you to do. Create physical spaces free from distraction. It could be a room, a corner, or even a pair of noise-canceling headphones. Make it a sanctuary for your mind. Schedule time blocks where you commit to digital silence. No emails, no social media, just pure focus time. And crucially, practice the art of saying no. Protect your time as you would a prized treasure. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that needs this reminder next week. But here is the part nobody talks about. The real battle is not just against the noise outside. It is against the noise within. The thoughts, worries, and distractions that originate from within your mind. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Understand this. The noise inside you can be louder than anything outside. You must also build a barrier against it. Tonight, write down a list of internal distractions that pull you away from your focus. Commit to addressing them one by one. The outside noise is only part of the battle. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. Method 12, the Attention Audit. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. An uncomfortable truth is where change begins. Imagine you are a Roman commander. You stand on the front lines with Marcus Aurelius. The battlefield stretches before you, filled with chaos and potential defeat. In war, every decision matters. Each moment demands absolute focus. But what if your mind wanders? What if the voices of doubt and distraction creep in, pulling you away from the task at hand? This is not unlike your daily life. Every day, you face a battlefield of your own. Distractions come not just from your environment, but from within. And here is the kicker. Most people live their lives like open books, letting their attention spill on every page someone else flips for them. Epictetus wisely said, "If you wish to improve, be content to appear clueless or stupid in extraneous matters." This means you must guard your attention fiercely, allowing yourself to seem uninformed about things that do not matter to your core focus. Now, here is the real lesson. Conduct an attention audit. Review where your attention goes each day. When you wake up, is it your phone's endless notifications that greet you? Or perhaps you spend hours lost in the scrolling abyss of social media. These habits may seem small, but over time, they cost you more than you realize. But here is the part nobody talks about. This is not just about cutting out distractions. It's about understanding what truly deserves your focus. The Stoics believe that your attention is as valuable as gold. Would you give away gold as freely as you give away your attention now? Tonight, make a list. Identify what drains your attention. Be brutal in your honesty. Is it social media? Unnecessary meetings? Toxic relationships? Write them all down. Then choose one thing to eliminate. Start small. Maybe avoid your phone for the first hour after waking up. Reclaim that time for reflection, journaling, or planning your day. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. This is your training ground. Every small victory over distraction is a step toward mastery of your mind. And when you master your attention, you raise your value, not just to others, but to yourself. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous waiting to steal your focus. Stay with me. Let's dive deeper into the true cost of lost attention. Method 13, the focus flow state. Pay close attention to this. It will save you years. Imagine Marcus Aurelius sitting in a tent before battle. The night is silent, but inside his mind, there is clarity. In his hand, the meditations. Not just thoughts, but a powerful tool to sharpen his focus. He knew that in the chaos of war, mental clarity was his sharpest weapon. His secret? The flow state. A powerful mental zone where everything else fades away and only the task at hand remains. You too can enter this state. But first, understand what it means. The flow state is that rare moment when you are fully immersed in what you are doing. Your mind is clear. Time seems to vanish. This is not a mystical experience. It is the result of disciplined focus. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." The flow state is how you stop wasting your time. You need to create the right conditions for it. It's a skill, like wielding a sword. You must practice. Now, here's where most people completely fall apart. They try to multitask. They think they can handle many things at once. But multitasking is a lie. It's a thief that steals your focus and scatters it to the wind. Instead, choose one task. Make it your singular mission. But here is the part nobody talks about. You must prepare your environment. Eliminate distractions. If your phone is your enemy, put it in another room. If noise disrupts your flow, find a quiet spot. Create a space where your mind can breathe. Tonight, before you sleep, set up your environment for success. Choose your focus for tomorrow. Write it down. One task. Commit to it. This is your battle plan. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. Achieving flow is not just about doing more. It's about doing the right things. Marcus Aurelius didn't waste time on what did not matter. His flow was purposeful. Yours should be too. Train yourself to get lost in meaningful work. The kind that makes you lose track of time. The kind that makes you feel alive. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. Method 14, the energy bank account. Pay close attention to this. It will save you years. Imagine every bit of your energy as a currency. This is the energy bank account. Every task you tackle, every decision you make, withdraws from this account. Like any bank account, misuse it, and you'll find yourself overdrawn. Consider Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome. Even with the weight of an empire on his shoulders, he understood his limits. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He knew that his energy was finite and directed it where it had the greatest impact. Now imagine this. You start your day checking emails, scrolling through social media, responding to messages. These are small withdrawals from your energy bank account. They seem harmless, but they drain you, leaving little for what truly matters. Here is where it gets dangerous. Most people allow their energy to be spent on trivial things. They end up exhausted, unable to focus on what's important. They wonder why they feel stuck, unfulfilled, constantly busy but never productive. Let's learn from Marcus. He protected his energy fiercely. He focused on his duties, his writings, and his philosophies. He avoided the noise, the distractions. And this is your lesson. To control your energy bank account, you must be intentional about where you spend it. Prioritize. Decide what deserves your energy and what doesn't. Tonight, take action. Identify 3 things that drain your energy but add no real value. Write them down. Tomorrow, eliminate them. Protect your energy like a precious resource. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Because knowing this alone is not enough. You must take command of your energy. And when you do, you'll realize that you have more power than you ever imagined. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. Method 15, the information diet. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. Now is the moment to confront a hidden thief in your life. Your information diet. Picture this. You wake up and immediately grab your phone. Notifications flood your screen. Emails, social media likes, trending news stories. Each one demands a slice of your attention. It's like being at a feast where every dish looks delicious but makes you feel worse. Seneca warned us, if you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. He saw that distraction comes from within. It's not where you are or the noise around you. It's the chaos you allow inside your mind. And here is where most people completely fall apart. They don't realize that information is their modern diet. Just as you wouldn't eat junk food all day and expect to be healthy, you can't consume random information and expect clarity. This noise clouds your thoughts. It affects your decisions and your mood. You end up feeding off information with no value, leaving no room for what truly grows you. But here is the part nobody talks about. The power to change this is entirely yours. Tonight, before you sleep, do a mental cleanse. Write down the sources of information you consume each day. Rank them by the value they add to your life. What feeds your growth? What is just empty calories? Then, tomorrow, cut the junk. Reduce your intake of negative news, mindless scrolling, and time-wasting apps. Replace them with content that sharpens your mind and strengthens your spirit. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that needs this reminder next week. This is your action step. Set boundaries. Choose carefully what you allow into your mind. The world is noisy, but you don't have to be part of the chaos. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. You have the power to take control of your thoughts, just like you control your energy. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous. Method 16, the gratification delay tactic. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous, the trap of instant gratification. You live in a world where everything is just a click away. Food, entertainment, even validation from strangers. It's all right there. But let me tell you a story of a man who conquered not just a city, but himself. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, ruled the Roman Empire. But his true power came from within. One night, as the empire faced chaos, he sat alone in his tent. He could have indulged in comforts, but he chose to write something else. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. He knew the strength that comes from delaying pleasure for a greater purpose. This is where the delay tactic comes in. You see, delaying gratification is one of the most powerful tools you have. It builds resilience. It builds patience. And most importantly, it builds a mind that can see beyond the immediate moment. What does this mean for you? It means resisting the urge to jump at every notification. It means pausing before you binge another series or waste hours on an app that gives you nothing in return. But here is the part nobody talks about. The real strength comes when you control your reactions. When the urge hits, wait. Just wait. The longer you can hold off, the stronger you become. And this is where it gets dangerous. Your mind will fight back. It will scream for the easy path. But you must be stronger. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This is your task. Tonight, practice the delay. Choose one thing you usually rush into. Maybe it's checking your phone first thing in the morning or reaching for that snack mid-afternoon. Delay it. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Let the urge pass. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. Life will test you, but when you master the art of delay, you earn something invaluable, self-control. And self-control is the foundation for greatness. But knowing this alone is not enough. There is another layer to this power. The secret weapon that fuels your discipline. Your attention, your power. Right now, as you stand at the crossroads of distraction and focus, remember this. Every minute you let slip away, you sacrifice your power. Your attention is your most valuable asset. The lesson we have explored today is simple yet profound. Attention, when guarded, becomes a weapon. It sharpens your mind. It fuels your passions. It builds the foundation of your true value. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Thoughts shape actions. Actions shape reality." The power to control your thoughts begins with where you place your attention. This is a call to arms, a declaration of war against mediocrity. Stop letting the trivial steal what should be yours. Choose your focus with intention. Protect it fiercely. Subscribe. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And I will see you in the next one.